Hi, this little segment is on a subject that's not so pleasant to talk about, and that was the constipation that I experienced through the operation. And not having the food, I suppose, in your stomach to be able to produce waste. But for the first couple of months, and that seems like a long time when you're waiting for everything to get back to normal. But while I wasn't eating, I wasn't producing. But for the small amount that my body was trying to produce, it was very, very difficult. I can't tell you the amount of times I was in the chemist looking for something that would help shift. It was very, very difficult, and even then when I did go, it was just like the tiniest little bit. It was the worst thing that I've ever gone through. These days it's so much easier, and daily, sometimes every second day. I did find wind a problem, and I do have to go on the Inner Health, and that is a month of taking those capsules once a day, and because your wind does get very bad and quite embarrassing sometimes too, wherever you are. But the Inner Health Plus gets rid of all those little germs that are down there in your stomach, and I find that the constipation was a big source, a problem for me. And even one time when I was having my stoma blown up, I got an enema, and that took a while to work, and because I had a lot of stomach cramps and pain, they kept me in overnight, and it was overnight before the enema actually did its job. It was the next day. So yeah, that's a big drawback, but it's something that has to go through before you get to the eating stage. Just something to be very mindful of. As with my weight loss, as I said, I was 112 when I first started. I'm down to 62. Because the stomas were collapsing, I had a very speedy weight loss, so I was size 22 to 24, depending on the clothes manufacturer. I went quickly down to, I think I skipped 20s and went to 18s, went to 16s, skipped 14s and went to 12. It was very, very fast, and while I enjoyed shopping, very expensive to be able to pick out a few items, and I think I was lucky that I had some clothing in different sizes stored, but look, if you're thinking of having this operation and friends offer you clothes, take them and put them aside, different sizes, because until you get down to your original weight, nothing substitutes for a garment off the rack. It's very difficult to have something taken in, like my trousers. I tried to keep all my size 12 trousers and have them taken in, but you have the bagginess around the legs, and it just doesn't look like a nice tailored trouser would. So there's a little bit of a drawback there, and be very careful, because when you first start out it seems great. Yes, I can't wait to go shopping, but mindful that until you reach your goal weight, you're not going to be in those clothes very long. And I didn't know what my goal weight was. I didn't have a goal. I had to wait for my body to tell me that it had stopped losing weight. So I would have friends and family saying, oh, you don't want to lose any more? I didn't have any control over losing any more. Until I hit the 62, it could have just gone on forever, and that worried me first off. I thought, my goodness, what am I going to end up at? Am I going to look gaunt, and am I going to be a skeleton? Am I going to stop? Is it like, when am I going to stop, and how healthy am I going to be when it does stop? But it did. For my body, the 62, for my height, I should be a little bit thinner. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm just over the moon with the weight that I am. I did see a current affair program where the woman was complaining that she could only eat small meals. This operation only allows you to eat small meals. If anyone is under the impression that they could have this operation and get back to eating big meals, that is not going to happen. It is small meals, and I am happy with the amount of food that I'm eating. I have blood tests. I first started out having them every 3 months, and now I'm 6 months, and I'll go a little bit before the 6 months. Found that I was deficient, had deficiencies. I would have to take iron tablets, step up my iron. The multivitamin wasn't enough. I've had B12. They're the 2 that I've had so far in the 2 years. I'm about to go back for another blood test to see how it's going and to see where my levels are. I'm not disappointed when I find that I need to replace something. Of course, that was part of the course, and I knew that that's what I'd have to do. Unlike the sleeve where the stomach can take some nutrients out, I've got a little man-made pocket of a stomach, so it doesn't take it out, so I have to put it in. And it's very important that I keep that up.